Hi everybody. So today we are going to talk about Jesse Lee Peterson. So we are back. We are jumping ship and talk about Jesse Lee Peterson today. So what can I say about Jesse Lee Peterson? That I haven't said that no one already knows. Okay, so everybody knows of Jesse Lee Peterson. He's a racist. Yes, black racist man who hates his own people. He hates black people. He said that he's a white man born in a black man's body. Without further ado, people, let's get into the video. Let's get into that gem. Jared Taylor, identical twin brother. Yeah, let's watch.
So Phil Advice is here in studio with me, and Phil, so you want Pat Robertson to deal with white supremacists and racism, right?
Yeah,
And what do you want him to do?
I wanted to speak up against it.
And where is white supremacism or racism? Does that exist?
It exists in definitely all over this country, every institution in America that has white control and domination. And it's about white power. It's not about equality.
And where's the proof of that?
You just look at the different things in society that they control. Like no non-white people in this society don't control the 9 areas of activity. They don't control like Dr.
They don't
Neely
control
Fuller.
what?
They don't control the 9 areas of activity spoken by Dr. Neely Fuller, like Vincent Black, just people outside
What
of
are the
white.
9 areas of activity?
Okay, they don't control economics, but black people don't control that. They don't control entertainment. They don't control politics whatsoever. They don't control war. They don't control labor.
So let me ask. Prior to the civil rights movement,
Okay.
black people made their own money. They bought their own land. They did their own thing. They were financially wealthy. But they decided somehow or another to give it up and become reliable on the government to take care of them. And then they decided not to think for themselves, but to allow the so-called civil rights leaders to think for them. And they decided to make truckloads of babies out of wedlock, so the black man left at home.
Truckload of
If black
babies.
people didn't have 77% of black babies were not born out of wedlock by black women who were born in this country. If the black man stopped acting like women and complaining about what the white man is doing and become
What's
men,
wrong
get
acting like
married,
women?
raise their children, provide, would the economic situation change for black people?
Behind each
You asked
great
about
man
12 different
lies
questions, and you
a
that's so
woman.
loaded of a question. You have to break
So
that back down.
loaded.
I say it's a loaded question.
How's that loaded?
You touch so many topics that each one of your responses deserve a particular answer.
If black
So
people,
let's go back to what you were
let's do
saying
number
prior.
one. Let's do number one. If black men stop sitting around complaining about
No,
the
let's go
white
back to
man,
what you said at first
No.
about black people.
no, I'm gonna work
in
my
the
way
past.
down to that. If black men stop acting like little wimpy black women and complaining about what the white man has or don't have or do for them or won't do, and become men, if they got married and fathers and mothers become decent people and raise their children, would the economic situation change?
No.
It would not change.
Even if people do exactly what you're saying, I'm just people know me. I'm just going along with you right now because nobody cares who have what or whatever. Everybody just want equality. Everybody I know want jobs. They don't want I don't even promote the government assistance. Black people don't need government assistance at all. They need jobs. They need businesses.
But why don't you people create your own job?
Who's you people?
The black men, instead of
Are you
begging.
black man?
No,
If you
he's
believe
not.
that the white
Hello, Jess, are you
man,
black man?
yeah, but I'm not.
Okay, but you said you. What do you mean you're not a part?
He's a white man, a KKK man, who reincarnated into a black body. A KKK man took over a black body. That's who Jesse Lee Peterson is, not a black man. Obviously, fair, obviously.
I'm not a part of that black helpless victimhood thinking. I'm an
Me either.
independent man. I don't identify with any of that mess.
But you still a black man, right?
But let me ask. Why is it that black men, like all other races of men, why don't you stop begging the white man to give you a job and all that, instead build your own job?
Yeah,
I promote that. I promote do it for
No, you're
yourself.
not. You're blaming the white man don't give you work.
What
You're saying the white man won't give you a job.
I said promote jobs. I didn't say give me a job. I believe in doing for yourself. I believe in creating your own businesses.
Why
That's
do you
what
need
I
the
promote.
white man to promote jobs? Why don't you promote them? What's different about the white man than you?
Oh, let's see. He stole everything he has. He got 240
What has he stolen from you?
A free labor from black people.
What has
black
he
people
stolen
built
from
this
black
country.
people today?
Oh, he stole our culture. He stole our language. He stole our heritage. He stole our labor. He murdered and slaughtered our children, our babies, our women, our men. Do we need to continue? Stole inventions that we couldn't patent because they created a patent office.
What's your language that they stole?
The different African dialects they stole. We didn't come here speaking English.
But white people speak English. They don't speak African dialect.
So, when we came off the ship, we didn't speak English, so we stole our language.
What do you mean they stole it?
They wouldn't allow you to speak it, and they'd beat the hell out of you or kill you.
So you
stole
came off the ship speaking black stuff?
Of course.
What is black stuff? It's African language.
Yeah, you came off the ship speaking that.
My ancestors did.
What's preventing you from speaking it now? All you do, go learn it and speak it. No one cares.
What's preventing me from speaking it now? Because, number one, we lived in a colonized society. We speak a colonized language. And so, unfortunately, we have to teach our children English.
You know, why is it that black men, such as yourself, don't feel embarrassed publicly
Why should he
complaining
feel
about white men and how they hold you back? You got all these excuses. Normal men don't have excuses.
Jesse, you should.
That's funny, normal men. I would love to hear your explanation of normal men. But the thing is that
Men who are not like women.
we should be embarrassed about, Jesse, is calling Donald Trump the great white hope. What you should be embarrassed about
Why should I be embarrassed by that?
Asking a black man, do you love white people only and no other group of people? I can understand the question would have been, hey, you love everybody throughout the world, you love all mankind. I don't understand the question, but you always home on that white people, white people, white people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe racism exists?
No, it doesn't exist. It's a made-up lie.
Really?
It has never existed. And you hear this coming from a guy who, I grew up in Alabama. I grew up under the Jim Crow laws. And during those days, black men and women were not whimping and whining and begging because they were truly children of God for the most part. And they knew that it was good and evil, and that there were good white people and bad white people, good black people and bad black people. And the Jim Crow law was a government law created by the Democrats. It wasn't all white people. It's only lately that black men been acting like women, complaining about the white man.
Well, why did you tell that liberal white woman that got in your face that she was a racist? Why did you say that?
You're not asking about questions. You're a racist.
I just said,
You are a
racist.
You're a racist.
I am not a racist.
Black.
Black men living in my house my entire life.
No.
Don't you dare.
You hate black
I
people.
do not.
That was at
Racism doesn't exist until Jesse doesn't have to use the race card. Until he doesn't have to use it, it doesn't exist. But when he needs to use it, well, guess what? Racism exists. It does exist. And did you see how he was raising himself to that woman? He hates women. He's a misogynistic guy. Period. He hates women. He hates black men, black people. He hates women. He hates gay men. He hates trans people. Oh my God! Is there anyone that he doesn't hate except for white people? I think so.
good question. That was at the Second Amendment rally, and those people against the Second Amendment, and they used the liberals, the children of the lie, meaning the liberal media, the Democrats, the right-wing Republican, others. They use racism to manipulate, control, and put fear in white
Spin
people.
it,
So I turned
Jesse,
it. I turned it on her
But I thought racism
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
exist.
yeah.
So how could you turn it if it don't exist?
because I would give her own medicine.
So you
Yeah,
believe,
right.
so
You
don't know
at
what
that
that means?
moment, at that moment, you
Right.
make it. Everyone believes that racism exists. 'Cause you should have been the first one to say racism don't exist because you preach it every day.
No, I did it the way it should have been done. I switched it on the lie,
Yeah.
the liars.
So you
Yeah,
use
yeah,
racism
yeah.
when you need to, but
You don't
on your
understand that?
audience, no, your audience, you
This
pander and
is a
say
load
racism
of-
don't
No,
exist.
but
But
no.
you tell a white woman who is treating you like a black man at that point in time, treating you like a black man.
What does that mean? Treating me
But,
like
because she was talking to you any kind of way. The white people, they were letting them get away with all kind of stuff. When you came around, they were treating you different, and
I
that's
don't
why
care
you
about that
call,
kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why you
care.
saying she's a
Black
racist.
people treat me worse than any white person on this side of heaven. But
And you
most, not
deserve
all,
it.
but most black people are angry. They're nasty. They have no sense of
It
self-respect
takes
or
one
moral
nasty
respect.
person to
They're
recognize
whiners
other
and
nasty people.
whimpers, and
So how do they
that's
treat
why,
you bad?
That's
I
why
want to know how they treat you
they
bad.
call me names and they attack.
They call
and
me names too.
and they threaten and they.
They
wonder
threaten.
why.
just have
I've
no
got
class.
threats. I've got threats
Let
from
me do
black
this.
people.
You better think about what you're saying. You better think about the consequences of your
Yes,
actions.
he does.
You better think.
He does. He does, Arita. He does. Oh my God. So what else can I say? There is nothing else to say about Jesse Lee Peterson. He's too far gone. He's finished. He's just walking around with with a dark costume on him, but he's not a black man. He hates black people. Anyhow, people, if you like this video, please subscribe, comment, like it. Until next time, au revoir.